Good morning, everyone. So, let's today discuss the topic mitosis. Actually, cell division, it is divided into three types, isn't it? Amitosis, mitosis, and meiosis. Now, mitosis is also known as the somatic cell division, okay, or equational cell division. That means somatic refers that this type of division actually it occurs in the body cells, okay. Now, as it occurs in the body cells, so here what happens, the chromosome number is maintained and it is not changed, and the dividing cells, the formation of the daughter cells, which are exactly similar to one another, for which it is known as the equational cell division, okay. Now, actually, mitosis, it is a mode of cell division in which the daughter cells are genetically similar to the mother cell because of their nuclei come to have the same number and type of chromosome as are present in the mother cell. That means whatever content is present in the mother cell, the same thing is present in the daughter cells. That's why this is known as the equational cell division, okay. It was first actually studied by Strasburger in the plant cells. Now, this can be broadly divided into two types. One is called karyokinesis and the other is called cytokinesis. Now, karyokinesis, it is actually the division of the nucleus, which is further subdivided into prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. And cytokinesis means the final step, that is the division of the cytoplasm, which ultimately results into two daughter cells, okay. Now, let us first study about karyokinesis. Now, earlier we have already studied about interphase stage during while we were studying the cell cycle. So, what is actually interphase? Here, the nucleus enlarges and the chromatins are appearing in the form of network-like structure. That means here chromatin reticulum or network is formed. Nucleolus is very properly visible, okay. Then after interphase, that means here the nucleus is being ready or getting prepared to undergo cell division. This is now followed by the prophase stage. Prophase, which is the first cell of mitotic karyokinesis. Here the chromatin fibers, these chromatin fibers, they gradually start condensing and appears to form like that of the chromosomes. Now again, prophase is divided into early prophase, where the nucleus is clear, nucleolus is clear, and the viscosity of the cytoplasm increases, okay. The chromatin fibers, they become condensed and forms elongated chromosomes. Now, the shortening and thickening of the chromosome which occurs, okay, that is due to actually basically two types. One is due to the coming together of the scaffolding or the axial proteins, and other it is assisted by the protein which is known as the condensin, okay. The elongated chromosomes, they overlap one another. Now you can see in this diagram that they are overlapping, isn't it? And they are overlapping to form a ball like structure which is known as the spireme stage. So these are the main events that which occur in the early prophase stage. Gradually what happened, okay, one more important thing is that while we are studying about the animal cell, during the prophase actually the centrosomes or the centrioles appear, okay, but this is actually a plant cell, so here centriole is not present. Gradually it shifts towards the mid prophase. During the mid prophase, the chromosomes, they further condenses and moves towards the periphery, okay, and gradually what happened, the central position becomes to be vacant. Now you see here in this stage, you can see that in the nucleus the chromosomes with centromere chromatids are very properly visible, isn't it? So this is the mid prophase, and here the chromatids, the sister chromatids are properly distinct, and gradually they become further shorter and thick and enter the late prophase stage. Here you see the nuclear membrane is gradually disappearing. The nucleolus is almost disappeared, and all the chromosomes are arranged towards the periphery of the nuclear membrane, okay, and the central position is completely vacant. And after this, actually, the cell now starts forming the spindle fibers and it prepares to move to the next stage, that is the metaphasic stage. But before metaphase, actually what happened, a prometaphase stage is observed, in which the nuclear envelope disappear and the spindle apparatus is fully organized. That means the spindle fiber starts forming, okay, they run from one pole to another. In animal cells, actually the esters are there, centrioles are present, which forms the esters, and here all the chromosomes, they come and lie in the equatorial plane, okay. And one more very important thing is that the fibers, they run through the centromere, okay, because this is important. Why? Because they will pull the chromosomes only at the centromere position. Now during the metaphasic stage, actually some continuous discontinuous fibers are formed which will be attached to the centromere, okay, and the fibers bring the chromosomes towards the equator, and this particular position in which the chromosomes are brought to the equator is known as the congregation phenomenon, okay. Now here they are arranged in the equatorial plane, and then they now is shifted to the next phase, that is the anaphase. In the anaphasic separation, actually what happened, the centromere breaks into two, okay, and when it breaks into two, then what happened, they will start repelling, because these are like poles, okay, we know that like poles repel, so they will start repelling, and the fibers will have an attractive force towards the poles, and so they now will move towards the opposite pole. This is the anaphasic movement. And as the chromosomes are pulled at the centromere, so earlier we have studied that what is metacentric chromosome, submetacentric, acrocentric, telocentric, isn't it? So based on the position of the centromere during this anaphasic separation, actually the chromosome shape, it may be either V, L, J or I. Actually if it is submetacentric, then it will be V shape, okay. If it is if it is metacentric, it will be V. If it is submetacentric, then it will be L. If it is acrocentric, then it will be like that of J. If it is telocentric, then it will be I, okay. So accordingly the anaphasic separations takes place. Now this is the late anaphase stage, where almost the chromosomes have reached, the chromatids have reached towards the pole, okay. Now gradually what happened, they will enter the telophasic stage, where the nuclear membrane starts reappearing, okay, and the chromosomes now they will overlap one another to form the chromatin fibers. That means the earlier prophase stage has been again attained here. Now the nucleolus and nuclear membrane starts reappearing, and the two daughter nuclei are thus formed. Now this is one daughter nuclei, this is one daughter nuclei, these are formed at the poles, okay. After this, here again what happens, another important thing that takes place is that endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi complex, they reform and starts appearing at the central position in order to form the cell plate. Now gradually cytokinesis take place, and with that of cytokinesis, the cytoplasm divides here, cell organelles are distributed evenly in the two daughter cells, and finally a plant cell is divided into two daughter cells. This is called the mitotic cell division. Actually in animal cell also the process is almost same, but here a pair of centrioles appear, which during the process gradually develop some ray-like structures which are known as the astral rays, okay. Finally what happens, they move towards the opposite poles in order, because they will be now responsible for formation of the spindle apparatus, so they will move to the opposite poles. Now you can see here the ester, it is forming the nuclear spindle apparatus, okay. It is helping to form the spindle fibers and arranging the chromosomes towards the, then after they are arranged in the equatorial position, they are now moved towards the opposite poles with the help of this centromere, okay. And just similar to that of the plant cell also, here animal cell also divides into two daughter cells, okay, and the centri also are present, are also divided equally in equal proportion in both the cells. Actually, with the formation of the two daughter cells, the process of mitosis completes. Now, actually, after cytokinesis takes place, okay, they will divide into two daughter cells. Now, cytokinesis actually it takes place in animal cells from the periphery towards the center. Okay, here now you can see that a constriction occurs in this position, and from here it deepens towards the central position, and ultimately the cell is divided into two. Similarly, also in plant cell also the constriction deepens towards the central position, but sometimes what happens, from the center it moves towards the periphery also. That means in two ways the plant cell can divide its cytoplasm, or cytokinesis takes place, and thus ultimately the cells are divided into two equal position. Now, mitotic cell division actually it is responsible for the growth of the organism. Now we see that from one cell two cells are formed, from 2 4 4 8, like that the number of cells increases, and for which reason a particular organism grows in size. Okay, so these are all about the important facts of mitotic cell division. Hope this video is clear to you. If you find any problem, then please let me know.